What's up, everybody? Welcome to Are You Down with LPT, the podcast where agents like you share their stories, experiences, and insights to help each other level up and thrive. In every episode, we're diving deep into the real-life challenges, wins, and lessons from the front lines. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started, this is the place to connect, learn, and grow together. So, if you're ready to get down with LPT and take your game to the next level, let's jump in. Welcome back to Are You Down with LPT? I've got a couple guests from Hubbell and Embarq today, and Rob Burditt and Pat Fox are joining me. How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Great.
Thanks for having us in.
Yeah, well, it's good to have you. Hubbell's doing a lot of amazing things in the metro, but from talking to you just now, it sounds like beyond the metro as well. So I want to get into that in a little bit. But before we do, maybe you each can just tell us who you are, a little bit about yourself, your background in real estate, and then your current role of what you're doing at Hubbell. So Rob, we can start with you.
Yeah, I started with Iowa Realty quite some time ago.
We don't give dates anymore.
Don't give dates anymore. It's got white hair, so you know how that goes. And was there listed for Hubbell Homes at the time. They had real estate teams in different communities, and so that's how I kind of got started with Hubbell. I spent some time in Iowa Realty, went over to one of the big national builders, and was over there for a few years. Had the opportunity to come back to Hubbell, and I'm the director of sales at Hubbell Homes currently here in West Des Moines.
Yeah, so a long career in real estate, but especially on that new construction side, a lot of knowledge there. So, Pat?
Yeah, I think our backgrounds kind of mirror each other a little bit. I started back in 2000. I will date myself. I got licensed in 2000, so 26 years ago. Initially with Iowa Realty also, and was selling new construction for, at the time, Rotland Homes, which was a kind of a regional builder back in the day. And then when things kind of took a turn in 07, 08, that time frame, I evolved over. I think I started selling for Hubbell at that point, doing the same thing, listing some of their homes and whatnot. Did that for quite a few years, and then it's evolved over to the national that's in town too. And then thought I was going to maybe take it easy and retire or something, and then did that for a couple months, and opportunity came up over at Hubbell, so I decided to go back to work. So here I am now. Evolved over to Embarq Signature Homes, which is our custom home line.
Yeah, so we'll definitely get into talk more about Hubbell line and Embarq here in a little bit. But when someone talks about Hubbell and Central Iowa, I guess what do you want to think of, or what should come to their mind when someone says Hubbell Homes or Embarq?
I think one of the things that should definitely come to mind is the number of years that they've been involved in our community from the standpoint of being local. The company, Hubbell Realty itself, is 170 years old. Hubbell Homes has been building homes. This is their 27th year of building homes. So they've been around a long time, involved in a lot of different areas of construction. We have a lot of 10,000 rental doors. We have single family homes, custom homes, commercial division, you name it. We pretty much have every aspect, and when it comes to real estate, involved in our company. So I think the other thing too to remember is all the things we do for the community, right? We do the extreme builds every few years, and there's a lot of other things that we're involved in. We're definitely involved in our market heavily on a local basis, just not only, from a company standpoint. So
amazing reputation out in the real estate community, but certainly outside the real estate community as well. And when did Embarq come along?
I believe it started in 2022, and it's kind of evolved from there. I think something really important to take into consideration when people are considering a custom build is the backing of a strong company, because things that we hear, over time, and just the fact that, we've got the Hubbell Realty Company behind us. We're going to be here today and tomorrow and down the road.
I had that last year, $1 million plus, and builder went out of business in the middle of the project. And my client got stuck with a rather large bill and trying to figure out how to scramble and finish the thing himself. So I 100% agree. Having the backing of a company like Hubbell is a huge deal. I know we were talking a little bit before we started here about the communities you guys are in. I think it's over 20 communities plus now, and you may not know that.
We're up to 30 right now is where
30.
we're at.
Yeah.
Locations that we're in. So
And more coming.
more coming. There's never enough land out there, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that we've done in the last several months is we've gone out and looked to acquire additional lots for especially our single family side of things, right? We're pretty heavy as if people know Hubbell's history, we're pretty balanced out with our portfolio. We have a lot of townhomes.
Yeah.
We have a lot of single family, and it's kind of challenge to keep up with those single family lots.
Yeah. So let's talk about the communities and those, additional lots and things like that. So 30 different communities. What are, maybe talk, I don't know what's your favorite or which communities are performing the best, but which Hubbell specific communities do you like or are doing really well right now?
Well, I like them all.
Yeah. Sorry. I like them all. That's good.
The other thing is I guess what I would say is we are all over the metro. It doesn't really matter what city you throw a dart at. We've more than likely got something going on there, right? We have price point leader communities. You go to Grover Woods on the east side of town where you've got tax abatement options, and some of the homes in there are slab on grade, things that are price point driven to get people into homes, right? Make them affordable as we can. All the way up to where you come over the west side, and you'll have a lot more features in some of the homes on the west side because of the different types of buyers in the areas that we're in. So I think what's unique about us is we do have some conservation communities out there.
Yeah.
And I think those are quite appealing to people.
Where would those be right now?
Right now, it'd be Crosshaven and Johnston.
Okay.
It'll be a location with one of those. The other thing is when we kind of talk about some of these other locations that we've gone to, we've never built homes in some of those suburbs. Like we took some lots in Granger.
Yeah.
Right. That's a first for us. We're in Polk City with some lots, which Polk City is quite an up and coming community. I can remember when there wasn't a whole lot there.
We can probably remember when there wasn't a whole lot in Waukee. So,
Right. Yeah.
And we've, of course, as you know, we're in Prairie Trail, but we've acquired some lots in Ankeny. We want to get a little more into the Ankeny market.
Yeah, those are southeast Ankeny, right? And
so we've taken some at Berwick out there, right? Which is just
that's cool community.
East of the airport kind of area over there. Yeah. And then crossings at Deer Creek, we've acquired a little over 30 lots up in there.
Oh, really? So, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, and we've started construction in all of those. Some of those already have homes complete in them.
What price point would that be?
The Deer Creek price point, you're probably going to be in upper 3 area. It should be right in line with most
the competition out there.
Yeah. And, you go over to the Berwick area, which is unique because we're right over there's custom homes in there. Embarq's got a home under construction in there with multiple builders in that area.
Yeah.
And those are areas where we took lots. And then we have new developments that we have opening that Hubbell's normally develops their own developments, right? Probably the biggest one that people would find would be up at Grimes at Founders Glen, which is just south of Grimes. We're just getting ready to put the first homes in the ground up there.
How big of a development is that?
I don't know what the total lot count is, but it's pretty massive. The first phase in Plat 1, we kept 18 lots, and 2 other builders have 18 lots a piece in there as well.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way to that new school that sits out there south of Grimes, the middle school, I believe it is.
Yeah. What price point? Well, a little bit tough to know at this point.
Yeah. It'll be 4.
Yep. Any other new communities coming up?
Remington and Waukee was not our development, but we've got some lots out there.
In there.
I don't know if you've been out that direction. That's basically west of the golf course in Waukee.
Yeah.
And then a newer community that I think is important to share is our 55 plus community that we built in Norwalk. It's really taken off down there. Clubhouse is done. It's for buyers 55 and over. Unique. We have villas and we have twin homes in there.
Yeah.
Lots of options, a little higher price point.
Yeah. But
certainly I would encourage your team, if they haven't been there, to take a drive and have a peek.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really taken off and moving a lot of homes there.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. When we talk about Embarq and lots and developments, how do you go about determining, where you're going to be and what lots you're picking up and things like that?
Yeah, well, I've only been in the chair since November, but it'd take me long to figure out. I mean, we've got some smaller, what you would classify as custom specs or custom showcase homes in some of the Hubbell communities like Crosshaven and Waukee Crossing. But really, you know, since I've been in the chair, we're looking at, some large custom home lots like out in West Des Moines. We've taken a couple out from Vista in Forest Place. We've taken some from Kimberly up in Ankeny, but these will be, somewhere that we're going to build homes that are in that 850 to 1.5 million price range, full end custom, with high quality finishes and things like that. So we're really focusing on getting into the neighborhoods with like custom homes, and like builders.
Yeah.
And you know who all those builders are, but we want to be right in there with them and focusing on growing the business that way.
The right neighborhoods definitely will matter. What do you think? And this could be a question for both Hubbell, for both of you guys, and Embarq. But what sets Hubbell apart from, or Embarq apart from, competition and the other builders that are out there?
Well, from my end of it, I spent the last week and a half looking at my competition and creating a list of things that we do. And that list is literally 2 pages long of high-end things that we put in every home that not everybody does. I mean, we've got DuraSupreme full overlay cabinets. We've got solid core doors. We're doing 10-foot ceilings as a standard on all of our showcase homes, with 10-foot or 8-foot solid core doors. There's just a whole litany of things that we do that, and a lot of it's stuff that people don't see. I mean, because it's behind the walls, it's before you see the drywall, 2x6 construction, Advantech flooring, which is just, it's an awesome thing that you'd never know you had if you didn't read up on it, but it's a high quality subfloor. So there's a lot of things that we do that we really need to make known, I guess, because, as you walk through homes, you really don't, you're not paying attention to a lot of stuff.
Right?
So from my end, that's what we're going to focus on is setting us apart from everybody else.
Yeah.
I think from the Hubbell Home standpoint, we've gone back to know where we need to be with where Hubbell Homes needs to be in the market. We've tried many different things over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're known for certain things in a home, you need to have certain things in a home, right? Every builder has their area, so to speak, in the market. One of the things that we learned that came from even visits with your team and some of your people was, stone on, not necessarily see it everywhere, but we've gone through and looked at all of our communities, the locations of them, and redefined what's going into homes, right? People, want to see finishes. They want to see backsplashes. They want to see tile or stone on fireplaces and those types of things where we've tried to adjust and try different ways to do it. Now, not all communities are going to have stone on a fireplace, right?
Yeah.
Depends on the location. But, we've even got homes out there in some communities that have hardy siding on them, right? I mean, so we need to just do what we've always done, which is what we've gone back to. And I would just encourage that people get back out, your team gets back out and looks at the homes because there was some feedback there, which we took to heart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's valuable. It's good to hear that.
Yeah. When you listen to agents, and I think Hubbell's always done a really good job of that, but listening to the agents, because, they're the ones out there showing the houses and getting the feedback from clients and all that. So talk through, the Hubbell process a little bit. You've got reps in these communities.
Yep.
If I'm an agent, best way, if I'm getting ready to show, and whether this is Embarq or Hubbell, if I'm getting ready to show Hubbell homes, what am I just going to reach out to the sales rep and I know they can maybe help me get what I need, and even with other communities, is that kind of the process?
Yeah. Let's clarify that because there's confusion, right? I mean, I was at Iowa Realty for years, right? We all know we're protective of our buyers.
Yep.
Okay. First of all, our in-house sales team, about half of them are licensed. Okay. We encourage them all to get licensed, and they probably will at some point. So it'll just take a little longer to get through the process.
Yep.
But it's valuable to know what we do to be licensed, right? They don't have to be currently. Okay. But those Hubbell Homes sales professionals that we have are employees. They cannot take a buyer. They do not get paid on the buyer side of a transaction. They get a listing commission from the company as an employee of the company, but that's it. So they're there for service.
Yep.
Right? Kyle calls, he's got a buyer, he showed them the home. Kyle's got another appointment he's on. They really want to come back and see the home. You pick up the phone, you can call, it's in the listing, it says who the rep is in the community. Hey, Austin, any chance my people will come out, they want to take another peek at that home and I'm not available? Sure, we'll run down, open it up for them. They can't. The confusion is people are worried that they think we can take
they're going to
buyers.
steal them or something.
Yeah, and that's just not the case.
Yeah.
We're there to serve.
Yeah.
Right?
Hubbell is realtor friendly, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And want agents to show.
Absolutely.
You guys have had a good relationship with real estate agents for a long time.
Yeah.
And I know you don't want that to change. So talk about incentives. We're in February now. Hard to believe.
Yeah.
Almost half over, but any incentives going on in the Hubbell world?
We're currently, our incentives, of course, change all the time. We're currently doing $5,000 in incentives off our Hubbell Home incentive sheets. Those would be for upgrades such as appliances, refrigerators, washer dryers, blinds.
Yeah.
There's a whole slew of things that people can pick from to add to the home if they so desire.
Yeah.
And we do try to mix that up. We don't try to keep it same old all the time, as you know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
For my end of it, the house is the incentive.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would imagine the price point matters. Yeah.
Pretty open book, especially on customs. It's a cost plus situation, and we protect the agents on everything as well. And Anna Carlson is my listing agent. She falls under the Hubbell Realty umbrella and kind of a setup similar to the Hubbell Home side. She not able to sell other real estate, but she is the listing agent. So everybody would work with her. And
Anna's great. She's amazing. Yeah.
Been around a little while. So she knows the new construction business.
Yeah, absolutely. So want to get your guys' insight on maybe the market. And so here we are. Spring is, we're a month from spring break. So spring is coming.
I don't know what you're seeing, but I think spring is sprung.
Spring, yeah. The market's been really good. I was looking at our team numbers the other day, and we're up almost 20% year over year, and that was over our best year. So I'm encouraged as you guys look at the market. You said spring is sprung, so obviously Hubbell's seeing some activity. What do you anticipate in this coming spring?
Last couple of weeks have been very strong for us. The last few weeks, obviously, quite a tick in traffic. Our plan is to close over 300 homes this year.
Yeah.
Right. So,
what would you end up last year?
Just shy. We closed just a little under 300.
Yeah. Well, great year either way.
So we were close.
Yeah.
We were real close. We tried.
Yeah. What's the best year? Do you know the best year?
I don't. I've never asked. Right. Well, there was 1 year better than last year.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Was that COVID or
because I wanted to see if we were
beat that number? The second best year. We'll go for the best this year.
Right.
Any price points? Right now, I think as things start to get busier, it seems like the price points start climbing up. You get the first time people out, and then there's this trickle up effect. But any price points that are especially hot right now?
I think you've hit it on the head. We're seeing a lot of it in the lower price points currently. Also depends on community location. Some communities are much stronger than others, as we all know.
Yeah.
So
I just looked at numbers the other day for the higher end market. If you look at anything 800 and above, there were 29 pendings since the 1st of January, and the majority of those were in Ankeny, Urbandale, and West Des Moines.
Yeah.
So,
do you have any idea was normal for that time frame?
No, because I hadn't really paid a whole lot of attention.
Yeah,
I've been on the other side of the building for a while, but I think it's been strong, really, for that higher end.
I was looking this was probably November. I was looking pre-COVID. It was 2019. How many homes over $1 million in the Des Moines market? And it was, I think, 2019, there was like 22 or 3 that had sold. A lot changed. COVID came around. But when I looked in November, there was, like 187 or some number of homes over $1 million.
Depending on what you're looking at, but we had a board meeting on Friday, and I had to have some numbers for that. So if you looked at the market at 650 and above, just 650 plus, I went up to 2 million. So anything over 2 million, there wouldn't have been a lot of them anyway. But there were 255 pendings last year. and 25.
Yeah.
For $217 million worth of business.
Yeah.
And there's like maybe half a dozen builders that really make up a small percentage of that market share. So there's a huge amount of, onesies and twosies out there. So there's a good opportunity, I think.
It is. And that's been a market that has grown a lot, really, even since COVID. And, I think you guys are positioned well to make some noise there. We talked about another brand or offshoot of Hubbell, which I hadn't heard before, but Origin, is that the name of it?
Origin Homes.
Yeah.
Matt Daniels is the director there. Works over here out of corporate as well.
Yep.
Most people, you don't hear about them a lot in our market, which we should probably get them a little more involved because everybody has buyers that are out on the fringes, right? And sometimes we can't find a builder to get out on the fringes. They build spec homes, but they also build custom homes. I believe Pat talked a little bit about that, but they'll build in any one of the 99 counties on your lot or on your land.
You said from Okoboji to, I can't remember all the places you mentioned, but
yeah, Atlantic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot out on the west part of the state, but he's really, God, how far north did they go?
Yeah, they've done a lot around Carroll, and then he's done spec homes in certain communities. Knoxville's been a very strong market for spec homes down there.
Interesting.
So he's got another, I believe, 5 going up down there. But yeah, it's some of the places I got to get the map out.
Yeah. 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 But you said over 30, is that right? Over 30 houses last year.
That's kind of their goal this year.
Yeah. Let's do 30.
Yeah.
Which, we'll have that. We have a little group chat our company does on Telegram. And, I remember seeing that question at some point last year where it was like, hey, I need a builder that will build, I don't remember the name of the city or community, but it was a little farther out.
Yep.
And that's tough to find. Yep. So having that resource is good.
Basically, he's right up anything outside the Golden Circle. If you get out over to like Newton or Marshalltown or anywhere like an hour outside of Des Moines, that's his.
Because he does with his customs. He does a lot of those out there with the farmers, and then Embarq handles those in the
in that circle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't heard the Golden Circle before, so
you haven't?
No,
oh my God, I must be really old. That dated me.
Any other things exciting coming up as you look at the next 12 months this year coming up at Hubbell or in the new construction space you guys are excited about?
I think I'm just excited that the market hopefully has finally started its rebound.
Yeah,
it's been
we're due.
We are due. We have earned it over the last few years here, so we're due.
Yeah, I was having that conversation with somebody yesterday where, we had COVID, which I think threw things off, but we've really had 3 not so good years of real estate. And I think we didn't, you guys 8, 9, 10 were not good years in real estate. And I think the difference was people didn't have equity and great interest rates at that time. And so we saw foreclosure, short sales, and we've seen a little bit of that, but not to the extent. But as far as number of sales, the last 3 years they've not been good. And I know you guys understand that.
I will say one thing. We've got a realtor event that we're going to do in Crosshaven on the 18th.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And it'll be kind of a combo platter with Hubbell Homes, Embarq, Renterbilt, Destiny, I think, is going to take part in it. So we'll have a lot of homes open, and then we're going to do a bunch of giveaways and serve some food and drinks and things like that.
So February 18th.
Yeah. It'll be from, I think 11 to 1 is what we've got on the plan.
Is it this month or next month?
This month is Crosshaven, and then we're going to do another one in Waukee next month, March.
We'll get the word out to our team. Rob, Pat, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate Hubbell Homes, not only, what they're building in the metro, but just their impact in the real estate community and in the community in general. So appreciate you guys and all you're doing, and, looking forward to seeing what's next with Hubbell.
Again, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Are You Down with LPT? Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you get some valuable takeaways to apply to your journey. New episodes drop every Friday, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss out. And hey, if you have your own story you'd like to share or questions you'd like to dive into, hit us up. Until next time, stay down with LPT and keep leveling up. Catch you in the next one.